are you, buddy?
Boy, I'm
Excellent.
doing all right. Probably a little bit better than the last time you saw me at the Rainbow Club.
That was fun.
Was I fucked up or was I
Yeah,
fucked up?
a little bit. That was a good night, though. It was a great night.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But isn't that funny? That was 8 months ago. It feels like about 26 years.
Yeah, I know. 26 years in an alternate universe.
Yeah, but 3 weeks after that, the world pretty much shut down, man. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been
But,
very strange.
well, strange days. We were talking about new music you guys were working on before that all happened. Then all of a sudden the world shuts down and you find yourself locked all together and writing an album in 10 days. How did that happen? What happened there?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, and I've said this to a few people, that we had been working on a bunch of material that was basically like put to one side in order to make Strange Days, which we thought at the time before going into recording it, you know, was going to be maybe 3-4 songs tops. And yeah, we just came out with an album. We came out with like 10 songs, but nevertheless, we still have like a really, really good collection of material, which is probably going to follow up Strange Days. So
Nice.
exciting times.
Stranger Days?
Stranger. Yeah.
So what did this album allow you to do that you feel you haven't been able to do before, other than the whole situation? But when making a third album, like what were you able to do this time?
Well, the thing is, we had never had the time to kind of like go into a space and accumulate material under one producer, under one roof, under one sort of like amount of time, being 10 days. So the band, myself and the band, and even the producer, John Levine, we were just absolutely revved up by the fact that we had this tiny kind of slot in the universe and time to kind of, you know, throw a lot of shit to the wall and see what stuck. And thank God that a lot of the shit that we threw stuck.
Yeah. Well,
Day
you have
after day.
songs on this that I can't get out of my head. It's just like, this is great. This is what we needed. We needed new music at this time where people were delaying albums or, you know, stopping making them. And you guys went, no, we're going to bring you an album and we're going to have fun with it, which is great.
Yeah. And like I said, not to damper the whole situation, but we had no idea that we were going to be bringing the masses an entire album. I mean, this was just a complete fluke, dare say accident. And what a joyful accident it was. I mean, we were absolutely on fire. I mean, like I said, we were doing 2 to 3 songs a day. In fact, we had 10 days, and by the 7th, we had the entire album in terms of lyric, in terms of music, the arrangement, and the last 3 days were spent just me doing my vocals and guitar overdubs and stuff like that. So it was incredible, extremely prolific.
Yeah. And then don't forget the plethora of guests that we've got there. Was that a case of, well, they're probably doing nothing, let's give them a call and see if they're free, and boom, you get Tom, Albert, Robbie, and Def fucking Leppard turn up on your album? Is that how it happened?
I love the phrase they use, the plethora.
Plethora.
The plethora of guests. Well, what happened with that was like, I'd been studying the top 40. I've been studying the rap charts, the urban charts, and it became very apparent that everyone seems to be doing collabs. And there was a thought that crossed my mind that, like, why can't the Struts do the same thing? within the sort of like the confinements of this record, and if anyone was up for it, you know, I might as well just ask them, especially because of the whole lockdown situation.
Yeah.
And it proved to be extremely productive. Every single person I got back in contact with was just like, yeah, man, like we're up for it, we're down. Apart from, we were meant to have Greta Van Fleet on Burn It Down, and they politely declined.
Oh,
But something tells me that they're going to be regretting that a little bit soon. That would have
well,
been great, right?
yeah.
The Struts and Greta Van Fleet.
Well, that's how we discovered you guys down here. That's the first time you came with Greta.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some weird reason, you know, we gave it to the bassist and guitar player, and then and then like a week later they were like, nah, we're all right, concentrate on the music. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Is it
Would have
because
been
you
good.
blew them off the stage?
It's because of what?
You blew them off the stage when you were here?
Whoa, we don't say that around here. We don't say that.
We could say anything down here. Now, what I love.
Okay, I blew them off the stage, and they might have, I don't know, I'm not sure, but they're great guys, and I do enjoy their latest single.
It's very good. They are a great band. Yeah, thumbs up. Now, the Kiss cover, that's the one that surprised me the most. You guys haven't done that sort of thing before, and that just came out of nowhere. What was that song, and why that one?
Okay, so rewind back to November, and I was obsessed with this song, especially, well, I wasn't listening to the Kiss cover, I was listening to the girl version, which in fact Phil was a part of the band.
Yep.
When they released that specific cover. So I had that on the reference playlist, you know, because when you're making a record, you tend to sort of like put songs together, and you're kind of like, I want it to sound like this, and I want it to sound like that. You're not necessarily like remaking those songs, but like with the drum sound or vocals or whatever, you kind of have like a reference playlist. And Girl, Do You Love Me was on that. And yeah, my original intention was to have Joe and Phil come on that song because, like I said, Phil was on that track, and they politely declined. So what happened was we had a cover of a song that I really loved, and I thought Joe and Phil were going to be a part of, but they politely declined, and I sent them I Hate How Much I Want You, and they went for that one instead. So I'm really glad they did, because they absolutely knocked that one out of the park. And
Yeah, sure.
brought so much energy to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then now you guys are a touring band. You're one of the best out there at the moment, like we just said a minute ago. Are you itching to get back out on the stage?
I am actually, yeah. I'm itching to get back out, and you know, whether that's drive-in shows, whether that's pre-recorded, like pre-taped, like concerts, whatever. We did a couple of drive-in shows literally just before everything Armageddon went into meltdown, and I have to say, drive-in shows, as different as they are, it's better than doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was a great way to interact with the fans. It was a great way to get on stage and play as a band, and it was a great way to play some of the new material, which we did as well. So if drive-in shows are the way, then I'm glad. Whatever, you know, whatever it takes.
Well, also, I've never seen someone command a crowd like you, but I just, for the first time ever, saw someone command cars. The horns and everything that were going in time was just, that was amazing.
I am the car mechanical master. Exactly. No, instead of normally when I would split the crowd in two, and I would have like the crowd kind of do a bit of a sing off or whatever, I literally had mechanical cars left and right, and I would get them to do like a horn off. So you'd be like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then I hear like a bah, 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 bah. And then the left side would do exactly the same thing. It was different. It was
It was
different.
great.
I tell
It
you
was
what, we put the show in show business drive-in shows.
yeah, well, keep it up because it was funny. It was great. Now, you guys have been a band for only 8 years now. What have you learned in that time that you thought was not a part of the business when you first started?
um what I would have to say is the dedication that comes with it. I mean, you can write as much as you want and you end up recording, and then what comes after tends to be the most challenging, and that's the videos, and that's the promotion that kind of comes along with it, and of course, like, normally what would be the touring. But with this record, it has been like a real different experience, because I'm just kind of sitting back and okaying like lyric videos and messages that get sent out to the fans and whatnot. So it's been it's been very bizarre, but yet still fantastically productive. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah. Well, maybe this will be the way that people start to work now. This has changed. This year's been really weird for everybody. Well, strange if you like, but people might start to work differently. Like if you can make an album in 10 days, who's to say that you can't do that again next time? Who's to say that's how you won't work from now on?
Well, when it comes to making an album in 10 days, who knows? I'm not. This is one of the most special things about the record in itself. Was like, I think it was about the fourth day I woke up and I went about my business, and we had written about 6 songs, and I just kind of had this weird feeling. As I was like sipping my coffee and listening to what we were doing the night before, I was like, we already had 6 songs in the bank, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is ever going to happen again. It was bizarre. I literally had that feeling like, are we ever going to be able to achieve this again? And if not, I'll make the most of it right now, and I'll appreciate it, and I'll savor it right now. So this experience in terms of an album will never leave me.
Excellent. And it was the year to do it. It's probably the only year that we could probably do something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, this album would never have come without the pandemic. Like, there was no way that the Struts were going to make, quote, a pandemic record without a pandemic, if that makes any sense.
Certainly does. Now, as always, we like to look ahead to the future here, but this year we can write off. But finish this sentence for me. In 2021, the Struts will
Have new music and be an arena act, be the biggest band in the world, and I'll be taking you out for cocaine and champagne.
well, makes sense, right? Mate, absolute pleasure. It's always fun talking to you, and I love that we've been able to do this a few times now, and hopefully we can do it for much longer.
As you, mate, as you. Absolute pleasure.